Today we're gonna go over a possible leak on the heavily anticipated Red Dead Redemption 2's release date. We've got some new information on God of War on PlayStation 4, a game I'm sure a lot of you are excited about. There is a new Japanese RPG that has been announced and it looks absolutely incredible, and the final Monster Hunter World beta is live right now. Let's get right into this. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the highly anticipated games of 2018. It is arguably the most anticipated game of 2018. Originally it was set to release in 2017. Unfortunately, it was delayed to this year, and so many of us have been wondering when we're gonna get our chance to play this game. The first Red Dead Redemption was so good. I know there's a lot of you that also want to bring up Red Dead Revolver, but Red Dead Redemption was the game that made the series into what it is, and that's why so many gamers are excited for Red Dead Redemption 2 without even knowing that much information on it. So the Red Dead Redemption 2 release date has quite possibly been leaked by Amazon Mexico of all places. They have it listed to be released on July 12th, 2018. Now this makes a lot of sense. The game was originally set to release in spring 2018. If it gets pushed back into the middle of summer, that makes sense. The first Red Dead Redemption was released in May of 2010, so to get a July release isn't anything that crazy. Now it should be mentioned that huge games typically don't come out in the month of July. If you go back in gaming history, July has notoriously been one of those months where huge games don't come out, but why is that an issue to release a game in July if there's no other big games around it? That makes even more sense for a game to come in and steal away all the attention. Now Red Dead Redemption 2 does not need any help stealing any attention from any games. It is gonna be released and you can release it around every other big game that is known to man and it would still perform very well. That's how highly anticipated Red Dead Redemption 2 is. That could really just be said for all Rockstar titles. They are a master of developing games, marketing games, and releasing games, and that's why Grand Theft Auto 5 has become as big of a success as it's been. All I know is, and I'm sure many gamers would agree with me on this, is the sooner I get to play Red Dead Redemption 2, the better off my gaming life will be. As I mentioned, Red Dead Redemption, many would say it was the best game of last generation, and that's not hyperbole. It was that good of a game when you look at the incredible storytelling, awesome main character in John Marston, the solid multiplayer mode, and that was 8 years ago on last generation platforms. Imagine what they can do with Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and hopefully we'll see a PC release too. The first game never came to PC. We were told a lot of that had to do with the development of the game and it would be very hard to port it over to PC. So hopefully this time around PC players will get to experience it too, but we do know that it's coming first to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. A PC release isn't even confirmed at this point. Grand Theft Auto 5 took over a year and a half to come to PC, so that may be the case with Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. And with Rockstar and financials, you know they think these things through. They can release the game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It'll sell a lot there. Then they can release the game on PC, and then they can bring out the game on the next PlayStation and the next Xbox. That's what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, and I know for a fact that there were gamers that triple dipped on that title, maybe even more than that if you bought it on PS4, Xbox, PC, and then you upgraded it to the next generation version. It's absolutely crazy, but that game made a lot of money, and I'm sure Rockstar is gonna aim for a similar objective with Red Dead Redemption 2, but nonetheless, hopefully that July 12th release is accurate because I want to play the game as soon as possible. Moving on from that, God of War director Cory Barlog shed some light on the PS4 title over on Twitter. Somebody asked Cory details on the story as well as the possibility of a season pass, and he responded with this, quote, "No season pass. As for the story questions, you will have to wait and play the game to see how it all shakes out. I just finished another playthrough last night around midnight and it was still awesome. I'm totally biased though," end quote. Good of him to accept his own biased nature. Of course you would be biased towards your own game, but nonetheless very interesting to see that the game will have no season pass. Now we haven't heard any word on possible DLC for God of War on PlayStation 4. Maybe they'll do an expansion. Horizon Zero Dawn was a game that did an expansion really well, wasn't priced that highly, and it added a sizable amount of content. Maybe you could do something like that for God of War on PS4, but no season pass as of this moment. So that's pretty interesting. If you haven't been keeping up with God of War news, the rumored release for this one is March 22nd, and that makes a lot of sense. Every past mainline God of War title has come out in the month of March, so for this one to also be released in March makes a lot of sense. But again, nothing confirmed. We should hear an official announcement soon. Next, we've also got an incredible looking PlayStation 4 exclusive in Grand Blue Fantasy. Project Ray Link announced. It's a new JRPG, and it's coming from the guys over at Psy Games and Platinum Games. It's being co-developed, and while the former studio isn't all too well known, especially here in the States, They're very new in console development, but they've worked on Grand Blue Fantasy games on the mobile front. However, with this title, it is very much a PlayStation 4 game, and you can see that shine through with the gameplay. And with Platinum Games, you know you're getting that fast-paced action gameplay. We uploaded a video going over this more in depth, so you can check that out if you're interested. But if you're a fan of JRPGs, this is absolutely one to add to the wish list. And finally, for those of you that want to check out Monster Hunter World, the final beta has gone live on PlayStation 4. This is very similar to the previous betas. However, this last beta is going to add a little bit of content, and you can fight the Nergigante, who is the cover dragon of Monster Hunter World. So check that beta out if you are not yet completely sold on the title. I don't know how you couldn't be, but nonetheless, to each their own, and you can check it out for absolutely free with the beta prior to the game's release, so I would recommend to do that. The beta is live right now, and it'll run until January 21st, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The game itself comes January 26th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, with the PC version later in the fall. So that wraps up today's video. Sound off in the comments section down below. What do you think about this rumored Red Dead Redemption 2 release date? Are you excited about the fact that God of War won't have a season pass and no DLC initially anyway? What do you think about Grand Blue Fantasy? Are you already sold on it? And let us know if you've checked out the final Monster Hunter World beta. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.